And we are finally back now that we're done with all the DreamHack qualifiers and the B stream earlier this week with some lovely Latin American StarCraft. I am, of course, Live VIP, and with me today is a very special guest for the first time on the CranKy Ducklings. Welcome, Cristiano.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. Hopefully, you can enjoy the cast.
Oh, God, look at that beautiful voice. Oh. But yes, we are here back with Copa Hyperion, not Copa America, number 25, and we have our first series.
Yes, because representing in the top left corner. Did I say it the right way? Yes, please tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did it. He is the player from UPEP, the best Peruvian clan in the world. He is the Terran WhiteIdra.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player. He is blue, also representing Team Unidos por el Vicio. It is Everness.
Oh my god, these guys are teammates. They know each other. It's gonna be a really crazy game.
It's gonna be crazy because their teammate. Mate, have you ever played against WhiteIdra before? Do you know this man?
Yes, he does the same build. He makes a proxy factory, or he goes for all-in. In every single tournament I play against him, he goes for that build. He puts the factory on the corner so that you don't see the proxy widow mines, and he makes an armory so you don't see the widow mines once they use the first shot. So it's very complicated. If you don't scout it, you're gonna get behind, and he's gonna get the advantage. He's gonna kill you. So he's a very tricky player. Very tricky.
I love him. I will never forget. We once casted WhiteIdra versus Paco Mike on Lightshade, and he did that exact same thing. And he beat Paco Mike. He beat him, and we were like, "What?"
Yes, he always makes the same build. But the thing is, it's such a good build because you don't see it every day. That's the beauty of StarCraft, you know. He makes his own style, his own build, and he makes it work. The thing is, it only works once. Once the opponent knows the build, he's gonna scout, and there will be no more options to use that build ever again against the same player. So he's very tricky. He can sometimes, make the same build even though he knows that you know about this. He's still very tricky player. So as you can see, now he goes for the standard build. So I'm very surprised. Probably gonna be Hellions or Widow Mines. I'm very excited to see.
Exactly. I mean, there's a good reason for this because, Everness, he's scouting around his bases. He was looking for a proxy just in case. As you said, they're teammates, right? I'm sure they've practiced together. I'm sure Everness knows how he's still scouting, by the way. Just in case.
Yeah, you never know with this guy. He knows him. We already know that he knows. I don't blame him.
Yeah, exactly. He was being a little bit cheeky himself. He did go for the gas deal as well. But I think what's important to note is that, again, like, one build isn't enough in tournament play. WhiteIdra, he needs more than that. And oh my. Okay.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. Once again, this guy never plays standard. He always goes for something weird. And I love that because that makes you think. And Protoss that don't have experience with this, they most of the time get killed. It happened with Paco Mike, one of the best Protoss players we have in Latin America. And it can happen to a guy that's from Master 2, Master 3. It's just impressive how this guy can express his will in the game,
That's one way of putting it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah, exactly. And we do see that the opener for this game number 1 is going to be, he's going to go for all these Hellions. I imagine he's going to go for a drop into the main base. And at the moment, this hasn't been scouted. Everness, he doesn't really have eyes on this. He doesn't have eyes on the map either. So this could deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that although Everness sense that something is happening. As you can see, he's trying to take control of the map, put pylons on each mineral line so he can have the possibility of getting a battery shield or a cannon. He is very defensive, as you can see. But now he goes for a more aggressive strategy too. The 4-gate blink gives you the chance to either be defensive and beat an all-in, or go aggressive and punish any macro strategy for the Terran. So it's very versatile, and I love it. I love the decision from Everness. Oh, the drop! Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly. The drop, it goes into the main base. The Stalkers, they're actually, they were in the middle of moving out. They have to turn around, and the probes, they're lighting up. Okay, he doesn't chase.
Yes, I love how he's microing right now. The Protoss player had the battery shield, so he had the chance. Although the Terran had the chance to make that beautiful shot, he made an A click, so there was a little bit of miss micro there. But he did a lot of damage. Although this build needs to make more damage, so now he doesn't have many units to defend this attack. So let's see how he holds up to this.
Yeah, things are looking really scary here because, as you said, right, like he was using all of his factory production on Hellion, so he doesn't have a tank. He has one bunker on the low ground, but there's an observer here. You know, of course, Everness, he can just go straight into the main.
Yeah, he needs more units right now. And right now, the Adept is gonna try to scout what's the army supply of the Terran. Does he have many units? Where are the tanks? You know, he's trying to get as many information as possible. And now the attack is going with everything. 2 base, no intention of a 3rd base yet. So this is gonna be very committed.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, he just powers through the bunker. I was like, yo, he could just blink into the main. He doesn't even need to. There is a tank, at least one, but is one going to be enough?
Oh my god, the tank right now is doing a very good job at trying to keep away the stalkers. Although there's still no high ground vision from the Protoss, now he's got an observer. So the possibility of blinking forward is there. Oh my god, I just see it.
The tank on siege is at the wrong moment. To be fair, Everness, he soared on siege. He took that chance. He blinked on top of it, and now he's just going ham here. The boys are being pulled. Also, I don't know if you noticed a very cheeky sensor tower here for some reason. I don't know what the hell is up with that, but everything is falling, mate.
Yeah, right now he's on 2 bases. He's still holding up, but 23 SCVs, it's a very good damage. So now the Protoss can take a 3rd base or keep the attack, you know. Right now it's very risky to keep the attack, but I don't blame him. It's the chance to get the first win, so let's see how he micros.
Exactly. He sees you on siege again. That's the thing, like he has vision on all this, and immediately he does blink on forward, almost gets the tank, but he doesn't get it.
Nice micro from WhiteIdra. He's protecting the tank. It's a holy I forgot the word, but man, it's so important, the tank right now. It's so important.
It's Santa Maria, man. That's what that tank is. He needs to keep it alive. He needs to keep it safe. Oh god.
Yeah, this is the important detail. WhiteIdra still has a 3rd command center, so he can get back into the game. He's got 3 mills. So he's not out yet, you know, and the sensor tower did a great job because now he knows that the Protoss does not have the entire army on the natural. He's more active now. So this is very important. But the observer, oh my god, it's doing such a good job right now for the Protoss player.
Yeah, it's every single time the tank unsieged, like we saw Everness just take that opportunity. Just, oh my god, it's gotten so much value. It's still here. It still sees everything. Whenever WhiteIdra decides to expand and take a 3rd, Everness, he'll know.
Yeah. Now the harass is very, very good. As you can see, he's trying to get as many advantage as possible. The other thing that the Warp Prism does is to scout. Let's see if he's got any upgrades going on, if there's the armory, if he's got missile turrets. Those things are very important. Those are the details that tell you if he's gonna go aggressive for an all-in or if he's gonna transition into a 3rd base economy. You know, those things really matter.
Definitely. And at the moment, that's what we don't really see, right? Of course, we have a couple of upgrades on the way, but we don't have 2-2, right? So we don't have an armory. He is now finally expanding. He's taking another base. He just scanned as well, saw a couple of immortals. What I will say is that, I mean, thankfully, I was about to say, thankfully, there's still no splash damage, but Robotic Spade did finish up for Everness. He is starting that Colossus production.
Oh my god, it's gonna be very difficult for the Terran to win this game, but it's still possible, you know. There can always be a mistake from the Protoss. There can always be tactical decision that can make the Terran go up in supply. I'm very excited because now the Terran has been able to surpass the Protoss pressure. Now we're gonna see if he's gonna be able to make a strategy that will make him win this game. Because man, it's tough right now. It's tough for the Terran.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm very impressed and surprised that WhiteIdra made it this far, right? Like, in the early game, it looked like it was going to be over, right? Everness, he was dealing so much damage, there was so much opportunity for him, especially after shutting down that Hellion drop, but WhiteIdra, he weathered the storm, he survived, and man, he's even got a fourth on the way.
Yeah, and he's not taking the gases, so that tells the Protoss that he's gonna invest a lot of money on barracks and supply depots. Therefore, there will be a lot of units. That's the thing, because there's a lot of units, there won't be a lot of Vikings, so he can transition into robotics units and be completely fine. So that's very good information for Everness.
Definitely. And we see he still has map control as well. He still is threatening the main base. This War Prism, it's having a hard time getting in, but regardless, it's keeping WhiteIdra busy, keeping him scared, keeping him contained enough for Everness to take his own base, tech up even further. Templar Archives is on the way. We're going to see some Storm at some point.
He wants to kill. He wants to kill the Terran. He's very desperate. He wants to put on the pressure, and that's risky because the positioning from the Terran is very good. As you can see, the tanks are very... They have a concave that can easily win the match. So I'm scared for the Protoss. I don't think it's a good choice to attack there.
Yeah. He's flirting with death here. You don't want to push up this ramp, right? That's insane. Oh my god! And I was talking about the tech earlier. I love this. He's going even further. We have a Dark Shrine as well.
Yeah, the very impressive thing for the Protoss, perhaps it's a mistake. You can discuss about it. The upgrades, as you can see, he's just gonna get the +1. He should have +2 on the way already. So that could be an advantage for the Terran because, as you can see, he's already making 2-2. So there's always hope for the Terran.
Yeah. It could definitely be one of those things where Everness, I'm sure maybe he thought the game would end a little bit earlier. He wasn't thinking this far ahead. That's why his upgrades are a little bit delayed. I mean, he's not too far behind, at least compared to 2-2. But yeah, as you said, still only one forge, only +1.
Yeah, this is the thing though. He's got 3 Colossus, and the Terran, it's very difficult to punish the Colossi. Only tanks can do this. Oh, nice EMPs. Oh my god, the Colossus are gonna start to do a lot of damage right now, and there are a couple Vikings that are gonna put up the fight. First Colossus goes down, and WhiteIdra is smelling blood on the water. He wants to kill. He wants to put those tanks on that position so that he can get the 4th economy base up and going.
Yeah, exactly. That was a beautiful fight there by WhiteIdra. On top of that, those EMPs were insane, but you have to be careful, right? It's so difficult to push through this choke point, especially when there are plenty of those sentries, plenty of force fields available. And I love it, right? He pushes the army back and he's going for a massive doom drop.
Yeah, and as you can see now, the Protoss players got a lot of minerals. So that tells something from the psychological perspective of this player. He wasn't ready to play this far, you know? He needs to add up a lot of gates. He now is started the transition into Sky Toss, but it's gonna be too late because now WhiteIdra had so much time to make units that now he's gonna start to use them. You know, see, the doom drop is gonna start to do things that are very dirty for the Protoss. He needs to do something about it.
The Protoss bias is coming out here from Cristiano, mate. It's oh my god. But you're right, like, he forced the recall, now he has a little bit more room to maneuver. What I love though, and this isn't something that a lot of Protosses do, mate, there are pylons all over the place. Like, there's so much vision here for Everness. It's insane.
Yeah, and now WhiteIdra is trying to kill all the vision possible, but because of that decision, now he's running the risk of losing the 3rd base, but the tanks just arrived in time. Oh my god, it was such a clutch positional fight. The Protoss needed to run away from that position.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we have a big hit. So, yo, there's a lot of Marauders here. This can just right-click the Nexus. Oh my god, the army's not here, and recall was used earlier.
He can even use the EMP. Oh my god, this is such a nice play. And he's gonna escape with this army? Oh, yes! That's what I wanted to see. Oh my god. He can do... Now he can transition to a 4th base, although he perhaps gonna... No, he's not gonna lose them. Oh my god, is he still alive?
Oh god, Blink is... Blink is still off cooldown. He boosts once again, and he's trying to escape, and it looks like he just barely will.
Yes, and the hope is still up for the Terran player. Now he needs to get those tanks into the 4th base, because that's what the Protoss wants to punish. He wants to punish the economy of the Terran, so he doesn't have any transition to fight the Skytoss. So this is a very strategical fight that's gonna happen right now, and if WhiteIdra wins this game, this fight, it's gonna be amazing for him.
Oh, I'm a little bit scared though, because again, there's only one tank here. Where's the rest of the army? They're still there at the 3rd base. They're not gonna be a part of this fight. The storm lands.
Yeah, now he doesn't have much EMPs. I think he doesn't have any at all. And there's a lot of High Templars in this fight. There's also a Disruptor. So this is very difficult for WhiteIdra, but at least he's got the supply advantage.
He does. He really does. But at the same time, he's fighting a little bit outside of tank range. K-Storm doesn't land, not yet. And I'm just fearful for him. Like if he just moved a couple of these tanks over, I think he'd be fine. Regardless, Everness, he still can't break in.
Yeah, and the Protoss is trying to harass with a couple Zealots, I think, on the 3rd base. No, there's a lot of DTs. This is gonna do a lot of damage. Oh my god.
The mineral line is going down. The boys are pulled away. Yo, is he gonna get the base? Oh god.
Nice reaction from the Terran player. Now he's gonna put a scan, and look, he's gonna try to do another engagement on the 4th base, but the tanks, nice positioning from the tanks. They are buying a lot of time for the Protoss, and now I think that we're going to start to see the carriers. Carriers are gonna start to join this battle, and it's gonna be very difficult for the Terran if he keeps making tanks.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Thankfully, he did maneuver the tanks over, right? They were here in position to protect the 4th base, and behind this, we have Viking production already. I don't necessarily think he's, preparing for the Skytoss. Oh, never mind. He actually did spot the Stargates being made earlier, so he knows the Skytoss is on the way.
Yeah, with the drop he made, he was able to scout, and now he's making a lot of turrets because he knows that the Protoss army supply is a bit low. 200 Protoss army supplies look bigger, so he knows something is coming. He's trying to prepare, and look at this very nice fight from WhiteIdra, forces a recall, and now he can buy more time to get the army that he needs. That trading supply is very important to get more Vikings.
I am still concerned though, because of how Marauder and tank heavy this is, right? Sure, there are Vikings on the way, but there's not a lot of them, so we'll see if it's gonna be enough. Meanwhile, this planetary, it's gonna go down.
Yeah, he needs a good EMP. If he can get a good EMP, as you can see, all the High Templars are in one position, so you only need a couple ghosts. Once you hit those EMPs, the army is gonna be very, very difficult. It's gonna be very easy to kill. And look, he's gonna catch up a little bit of gate units. Nice. That's actually very nice from the Terran player.
Yeah, exactly. I was a little bit worried because the ghosts were looking a little bit exposed, and it looks like one ghost will go down, but got a decent amount of those gateway units. And I agree. I feel like there's a moment here, especially because WhiteIdra's maxed out, where maybe he can push out across the map. Maybe he can make something happen before there are too many carriers, right?
Now it's the time. As you can see, the Protoss wanted to get rid of those gate units because he knows they are no longer useful. He needs to make better units, and as you can see, Protoss players love a click, so carriers are the best option in this game.
Oh, God.
Maybe a lot of people think that I'm Terran, but no, guys, I'm Protoss.
Look, who is Darking back on the show, mate? Is that what's happening right now? Oh my god, alright. Well, here we go. Yeah, we do have not even a drop. The Marines, they just ran across the map. They're getting a couple of probe kills. Recall was used earlier. This will eventually be cleaned up, but that decent damage.
Yeah, he got a couple probes, and as well, he's gonna be able to trade once again the army supply very effectively, and this is starting to scale into a true late game. The thing is, I'm very concerned about WhiteIdra's composition. You cannot have so many tanks and marauders if you have to take care of the Protoss Skytoss. You need a lot of ghosts, a lot of Vikings, liberators, maybe even battle cruisers, but oh my god, this is starting to get more and more difficult for the Terran player.
Exactly. Unfortunately, WhiteIdra, his army is a little bit slow, right? And we're being spread thin here, so the base, oh my god, it almost went down. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What a clutch save. Oh my god. And he's gonna save this base. Although he's gonna lose a couple of turrets, it's gonna be fine. Terrans have mules. They can always fix this, but what he cannot fix is the loss of this base. This gate of this base with the purple gas, and there goes the engagement. He goes for the A click. That's what I said, and it look easier said than done. He now is starting to make the A click possible. The Vikings are trying to be micro, but it's very difficult to kill so many of these carriers because of the how are called these units? The
Interceptors?
This little unit. Yeah, the interceptors.
Yeah, exactly.
They're so hard to kill.
What I will say is that when the fight started, there were the beautiful EMPs, the most beautiful EMPs you would ever see. The entire Protoss army was covered, blanketed by them, and because of that, the Vikings, they actually dealt a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough. There was a massive army of Marauders, and they didn't really do much, and GG gets called.
Everness had a very good sense of strategy. He knew that if he traded the gate units and started to do sky toss, if WhiteIdra kept the composition, he was gonna be able to win, and that was the game. It was very good game.
Definitely. Oh god. What I will say is that like that game, it was so back and forth, but unfortunately, WhiteIdra, when I think back on it, I don't think he ever moved out across the map with his army. He was very defensive.
Yeah, he was like one step behind. Like the Protoss was always one step ahead of the Terran player, always keeping the pressure, knowing what the Terran is doing, knowing where the medics are going. It was very hard for WhiteIdra to play this game because of the Hellions. The Hellions did not make the damage, and the Stalkers did the job. They killed 23 SCBs, so it's very hard to make a comeback from that position. So WhiteIdra put up a fight on that game.
Definitely. And even though like he was like behind for a lot of that, like there were still moments there, and there were opportunities that could have been taken there. Like again, that was still a very close game between the two players. Honestly, I feel like we're pretty lucky with this first series that we've gotten ourselves into.
I completely agree with you. I mean, there was a moment in the Protoss gave up like 10 Stalkers and a couple Zealots, and it was the perfect timing to attack because carriers take so long.
Yeah.
And he only had a couple Colossi, 1 or 2 Disruptors, and a couple carriers. It can be even an A-click from the Terran. He could easily get at least one base. But he was so scared, because the Protoss kept the pressure all game long that he was afraid that if he goes forward, he will be punished. So he wanted to keep up the structure and see if the Protoss made a mistake, but it wasn't the best option. But although it wasn't the best option, I love how WhiteIdra played. He was very persuasive, he was very committed. He never gave up. That's the word that I was trying to find.
He was very persistent, very in some ways stubborn, but honestly very good, very well played there.
Here comes now the second game, and let's see if WhiteIdra is gonna be able to tie up the series or maybe get a 2-0 from Everness. I don't know. I just want to see.
I think what's important to note is that again, like these players, like they are still very close. This could go all the way to the ace match, or we could have a short one. Like I don't know, we could see another proxy factory. We could see him floated into the main. I'm ready. I'm excited.
I'm ready for the cheese. So yeah, representing in the bottom left corner, he's one of the best Terran players that I ever cast in this series because this is the only Terran that I ever cast in English. So, he's from Peru, from UPEV, one of the best Terrans that I've played against, WhiteIdra.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Everness.
And now I don't see anything weird. Maybe the gas? No, the gas is perfect timing. Perhaps we're gonna see a very cool game once again, a macro game with a strategy that the Terran will try to make in order to delay the Protoss economy. Widow Mine drops, Hellions, Banshees. I'm very excited to see what WhiteIdra will choose.
Definitely, definitely. Especially because a player like WhiteIdra, he's a very stylistic player, right? Like, he has his own way of doing things, his own way of playing, and he makes it work. Again, we've seen him go and take down some of the best in the region. So we'll see what he has in store for us. As you said, unfortunately, we aren't going to be seeing that proxy factory, at least not in this game.
Yeah, he only has one gas, so I think he's gonna expand right now. So we're. Oh wait, second supply depot. Okay, now he's gonna expand.
Yeah.
No. I think I'm getting very suspicious. It's just the fact that I want action. I want to see blood. But no, the Terran's gonna go with standard, and Protoss is gonna do the same. But there's a proxy pylon. Perhaps there could be a Stargate.
Yeah, I mean, the Cybercore did already finish up. There is only one gas at home, and there we go.
Oh
it is
my
a
God,
gateway.
No. No, Everness is gonna go for the early pressure. Oh my God, Max Packs, is this?
Oh boy. Meanwhile, WhiteIdra, like, he was actually scouting. He still is, by the way. He sent his Marine here towards the top left. He's sending his SV across the map. He's just making sure nothing crazy is going on. Unfortunately, he did miss the proxy.
Yeah, and he needs to scout the main Protoss base so that he sees that there's only one gas, because that's such important information. Now the SCV is gonna try to scout this. Let's see if he's gonna do it. Oh my God!
Oh,
Yes, he's gonna do it.
Wow.
Now we have to wait and see if WhiteIdra is able to see this information and do a proper response, because that's the other fact. Sometimes you have the information, but you don't do the proper response. I'm scared. I'm scared, man.
Oh boy. So he has a piece, right? Like, he saw that there's only one gas at home. He's still looking around looking around trying to find any kind of proxy. And again, he still will go all the way around and miss the gateway. Is it the biggest of deals? We'll see. The first adept is now going out across the map.
Yeah, the first adept right now is trying to do the best he can in order to delay, in order to take map control, and perhaps do a little bit of pressure. Now there are more adepts coming on this way, and this build is very interesting because if you don't make any wait, what? There is a bunker natural and now the adept come in. Okay, this was a little bizarre, and now the adepts are going to start doing a lot of damage. As you guys can see, he's going for 3 racks. There's no factory, there's no tanks, no widow mines, no nothing. How are you going to defend this?
You're not. Feels bad, man. Like, now there's zero mining here happening at the natural base. He could even force the CC to lift up. As you were saying, because there's no factory units and because Stim is so far away, like, vanilla Marines, they're gonna just die to the adepts.
Yeah, maybe there could be a chance if he takes out the adepts and then makes a counter push. Perhaps there could be a chance, but as you guys can see, he's now playing from one base, and the Protoss is having a 2-base economy. It's very difficult right now. The Protoss did what he wanted to do, which is to delay the Terran economy. I don't know what WhiteIdra can do.
You say he did what he wanted. I think he got more than he wanted. Like, I think he was expecting, like, maybe denying the mining and that's it. But he forced the lift off. Eventually, he will be forced away. Finally, WhiteIdra will regain control of his base. He's coming back in.
Oh my God. Oh, that was so close. But yeah, the adepts have absolute control. The adepts know there's a lot of bio units, and there are no presence of any factory or starport units yet. So it should be the hint that the Protoss needs in order to know that there's 3 racks playing out right now.
Yeah.
And he's got all the tools, he's got all the tools to win this game.
He is. I think what surprised me is that, because I'm with you, right? Like, yeah, 3 racks opener. That makes sense. Right, there are 4 racks right now. Like, he is doubling down on this. Like, he's just gonna.
No.
I don't think he intends the game to go much longer. I wouldn't be opposed to him even pulling some boys and just sending everything across the map. But will it work though? Because, like, again, we have shield batteries, mate. We have overcharge.
Yeah, actually, Everness sense it. He's like, I know my man. He wants to all-in me. He won't play macro from this. Like he's not taking a third base. Any Protoss player in the world will be taking a third base right now because you have so much control of this game. But this guy is scared. He's starting to make immortals, get more army supply, and here comes the boys.
Oh god, the boys, they are here. They do show up. We do still have a shield battery though. The boys of Everness are being pulled as well.
Oh, and the economy is starting to tremble from the Protoss, but he kept the army supply, which is the most important thing. The SCVs were killed instantly, and now there's no SCVs, no army supply from WhiteIdra. He's in very good trouble.
Yeah, things are not looking good for him. I mean, the one thing going for him, I guess, +1 is about to finish up. You know, the medevacs is going to come out, so maybe he can go for a drop or something. But he's in a really rough place. Like, this drop has to like take out a base or like an entire mineral line or something. And I don't know if that's going to happen, mate.
I don't see why WhiteIdra made medivacs. I mean, if you're going to attack without medivacs, perhaps he could have done 5 racks instead. But yeah, WhiteIdra is kind of desperate, you know. When you get these types of builds that adepts come in, you never expect so many adepts at this timing. So he's playing like he's in shock right now. You know, he's not taking the good decisions because he never played this stage of the game before. And now the T's are coming to join up the army. The stalkers are getting the medevacs. I love it. Oh my god. He's impressed. He's like, oh no, what am I gonna do now?
Aye, the jobs, they come back home, in comes the army. Not just the army, but as you said, DTs are here as well, because why the hell not? The natural's gonna go down. He goes into the main, and there's still nothing here. There is one widow mine, I guess. Maybe we can get a good shot off. It's decent, but oh god.
Yeah, now look, nice micro from Everness. He made an Archon before the DTs died, so he's doing everything so perfect right now. And now there's a counter attack, but it's not gonna do anything. And WhiteIdra knows it. He's wishing the best of luck to Everness, and that's it. Game over. Nicely played from Everness.
GG, well played, Everness. He does take the entire series 2-0, and he moves on to the next round. Wow.
It was very good series. I mean, these two guys are Master 1, I think. At least they play like Master 1s, like at the top level of NA. So I was very excited to see this game. Up and down, up and down. It was very difficult to see who was going to win. But yeah, it's just what I wanted to see. It was the perfect game to start the stream, man.
Yeah, definitely. That was great. That was a great series. It's two players that we've casted a lot on this channel. WhiteIdra, we love him. He's also a supporter of the CranKy Ducklings. Everness, we followed him ever since he was Diamond back in the day, and he's slowly risen through the ranks to Masters. It's great to see them both doing well, but you know, it's a tournament. One had to fall so the other could rise, and Everness, he's going to be waiting in the third round for the winner of Jim Rising versus Valhalla.
Oh my god, I just realized I made such a huge mistake. Look, WhiteIdra is from Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You didn't know, mate?
Yeah, I said he was from Peru. Oh my god, I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm so sorry, man.
The Mexicans in the chat, mate, they're gonna lynch you. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so dead right now. Oh my god. Yeah. So sick. Oh. I'm gonna use my points too.
Oh god. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. It's okay. WhiteIdra will forgive you. He'll forgive you.
Yeah, please forgive me, man.